Hello, everybody, and welcome to For the Love of Paul McGrath takes over the Villa View for Teamsheet Tantrum today in association with Boohoo Man. Last Teamsheet Tantrum of the year, and I'm pretty sad about it because I've really loved doing these over the course of the last year, but it won't be long coming around again before the next season is here. But as I say, this Teamsheet Tantrum is brought to you in association with Boohoo Man. You can get an extra 10% off all Boohoo Man menswear with the code there in the right-hand corner, and that code is code Villa View. Very, very simple and nice and easy to remember. Paddy is with me today. I want to pop up Paddy there as well, and we can have a quick chat. Paddy, how are you doing today on this momentous of days when we could actually win the league for someone else?
For someone else, yeah. I'm actually not where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be home and ready to go to the pub, but I'm in Mayo with family, so I'm gonna skip down to Claremorris, which no doubt will be full of Liverpool fans in the pub as I go in to watch. But that's the way it is, and I'll just have to get on with it.
And just have to get on with it is right. Absolutely. Well, since we've been speaking to you last, guys, I've been inundated with offers of dowries for firstborn children. I've been, all these things that Liverpool fans have been offering since we've last spoken. But I think the best one I've come across is that they've offered to turn the Beatles museum there in Albert Dock into an Aston Villa museum if we beat them today. So that is high praise from Liverpool fans if we can get the business done against Man City today. And there's been a couple of rumblings and rumors and ramblings. I don't know what's what, and I don't know what will ever be what, I suppose, when it comes to these teams. But there has been a couple of ramblings, should I say, about what the team is actually going to be, and the people could be in and could be out. But it will be interesting to see when this does pop up later on in the next 7 minutes or so. Any of you there? Is there anyone here? Would anybody like to pop up a comment or two so that we can have something to talk about?
Well, will we have a brief chat about Emmy Martinez and the rumors?
Yeah,
this morning.
I was tipping and poking around those rumors. Exactly. Yeah, I was tipping and poking around them. What do you make of them, Paddy?
Oh, well, look, when I read it, I didn't know where it came from, and it said that he was saving himself for the game that they're playing against Italy, which they're calling some kind of World Cup or something Easter, whatever it's called. And I was going, no. We pay his wages. He needs to play today. We need to protect the integrity of this competition, and we need to go out and do our best with our best team. So I was a little bit annoyed, but it appears we saw a tweet there that he's on the pitch and he's warming up. So barring anything happening in the warm-up, I'm sure we'll have Emmy Martinez there.
Yeah. I just realized I'm just after saying, anybody got any comments? And my comments aren't working. Ooh, once again, my comments aren't working. So I'm going to have to go old-fashioned style and actually open up YouTube and start reading out comments. But I won't be able to share them on screen, which is going to be a bit of an issue. So I do apologize for that. So, but yeah, a couple of people saying no Emmy Martinez in goal today. But we had seen it had been floating around on Twitter previously, and that'd be a massive loss for us if Emmy Martinez is not going to be able to make it today as well. A lot of clamor and chatting. I think you guys might have picked it up in a couple of our podcasts previously that we were confident we were going to see a signing, or maybe we were confident that somebody who'd been all but ruled out might be coming back around again. And Fabrizio Romano seems to be saying and alluding to certain things about Boubacar Kamara, and Boubacar Kamara has come out and said that he's leaving Marseille for a new league. Now, obviously, Atletico Madrid is in a new league as well, but wouldn't it be some absolute massive coup if we were to sign such a highly rated player like that? And that is something. Oh, something's going nuts here in my ear. What's going on? This is crazy. Kevin Hunter is ringing me. Kevin Hunter, if you can see the stream, I'm doing a stream, buddy. I can't answer the phone. The guys in the Toronto lines are hopefully, the guys over in the North American lines are going to be hopefully joining us for 5 minutes as well to just to chat a bit about what they've got on for this weekend. But Boubacar Kamara will be interesting. And it will be really, really interesting when we will hold our breath on that one until that one comes through, if it is to come through. And hopefully there aren't any late kind of snags, because as people are saying here that that other people are beginning to say it now, which is nice. which is nice to see. Guys, if you could give the stream a thumbs up there. I know we're having a small few technical difficulties today, but I'd love a thumbs up if you guys can give it to us. That would be fantastic. Any other messages there as well? Ryan Faulkner says Jared will do everything he can to try for 3 points, so he thinks Emmy will play. Mikey 64 Home says we just need to keep the score respectable. I would take a draw right now, and I backed today and bet responsibly, and we're not advocating betting or anything, but there was Danny Ings to have 1 shot on goal and Villa to draw was an absolutely astronomical price today, and I think it could come true. Today. So fingers crossed indeed. HSS says is talking about Kamara as well there. But done. British Mick says resting both of the ex-Liverpool players in the form of Phil and Danny is relevant. I think. I presume that's what you mean that with regards to the Burnley game and resting people for the Burnley game. But hopefully we will see in the next couple of moments there. So Tom Krill says, thank you all so much for your hard work this year. Much appreciated. Keep up the stellar work and all the best. Thank you very much, Tom. And thanks to the guys at the Villa View as well. As I said, the hard yards that they put into is much appreciated also. Paddy, do you envisage any other kind of snares or changes from the team today?
No, I think barring any last minute injuries, I think we'll be as is. We'll have our strongest team out there. I suppose the talking point will be whether he goes 2 up top or goes with the 2 10s. And for me, I think he'll go with the 2 10s. So we will see Coutinho and Buendia together behind Ollie Watkins. And other than that, I think the team fairly picks itself, with the exception of who plays in those 2 8s, which I'm guessing will be Luis and McGinn today. But we've only a few minutes to go. This is very unprofessional, Neil, but there's a message there from Kevin Hunter to say that they're on line there waiting.
They're on line there and they're waiting. That's no bother whatsoever. I see. Yeah, where is Kev? Yeah, I see him there. I just popped through the link there again, and we will see if and when the guys are able to join us. Fingers crossed, we'll be able to get you guys on. The team will be announced very, very soon, and hopefully we'll have the guys for their live reaction to what the team will be when it is announced. That would be fantastic if that was the case. Wow, absolutely, guys. I'm so sorry I can't share up some of the comments there, but Richard Knows has just said up Limerick, and that will always get read out no matter what you say afterwards. Up Limerick is always going to be read out. Nathan Cohen also says, thank you guys for all your hard work and great entertainment for the past season. Really appreciate it. Up the Villa. And I really appreciate that too, Nathan. That is really that's really sound of you as well. For saying
Cheers, Nathan.
Words. I really appreciate it. Where else are we? So Linky says, can't stand LFC fans, can't stand City as a team, don't want Grealish to win, would love to see his face if they don't, so I don't really know, I'm torn. And I think you've just spoken for a lot of inhabitants of Birmingham and Villa fans from around the world as well with that. So that is interesting. The guys seem to be joined to that link now, but I can't see them. Oh no. I wish I could.
You're gonna have the team there now any second.
I'm gonna have the team there any minute. I'm gonna get you to Phil, Paddy, for the team so that I can pop them off and maybe try and get the guys to join on there. For some strange reason, I can't seem to see them at all.
Okay, I can't feel it because I'm on a phone here, so I can't feel.
You can't do anything. I just need you. Oh, wait a minute. We have 2 gentlemen in. We have 2 gentlemen. They're just about to join us in a moment. But what's the story with the team? You can't see the team there. I'm going to call out the team before I get these 2 hoodlums on, if that's okay with them. So the team is announced. We have a lineup of Emiliano Martinez does not start. Robin Olsen starts in goals. Matty Cash.
Villa.
Dina, McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Ramsey, Buendia, Watkins, and Coutinho. And let me try and get these two gents onto the screen there if I can at all. Oh no. Darn this. Talk amongst yourselves, everybody. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so I think we have everybody here. Everyone currently live. Yeah, there we go. I know you guys are squashed, but so are we. We have the wonderful Brett Bates and Kev Hunter I can't believe you guys are even awake. The guys are, the reason we want to have these two guys on is because they've put in serious effort in organizing the North American Lions meetup today for this game. And I suppose we will get back to talking about the team sheet in a moment. But guys, how's the weekend gone for you so far?
Heavy.
Very,
Very heavy.
Do you remember
Hangover of a
anything from
long
it?
time today, mate. Neil, the shakes are unreal.
I can imagine so. But not only have you guys been on booze cruises and taken over half the city of Toronto so far, but you've also been raising good money for Acorns with some great raffles and some auctions and stuff like that. How's that going? What's the tally so far?
We're at $7,000 at the minute, 7,000 Canadian dollars. Well,
That's
we've got everyone's just been signing up with all the auction and raffle items. It's crazy. There's a pile, literally a pile of stuff.
We'll give you a quick tour of the flags and stuff.
Yeah.
I do actually. Yeah. While you're getting inside, give a quick tour of the flags there. Paddy, what's the story? What do you make of the team that was released there by earlier on? Sorry, it feels like it was an hour ago. I'm under pressure trying to be producer and presenter at the same time.
Paddy.
What do you make of the team, Paddy?
Well, I suppose that the main talking point is that we don't have Emiliano Martinez, plus he has decided to go with Jacob Ramsey above Nakamba. So the middle three is going to be very interesting, as I expected anyway. Buendia and Coutinho both start. But yeah, look, Robin Olsen, whatever we know about him will go out the window today. He's going to have his work cut out, so he's making his debut. Best of luck to him, and I hope it goes well.
Paddy, you still talking?
Absolutely. Paddy's just finished talking now, and the guys are going to give us a rundown in their parade of flags there. I saw some interesting and some far-flung flags there when you guys are running past. How many people are there?
We got about 100 people in there at the minute. We're expecting 170 in total. So we got quite a few people coming in. A lot of people. A lot of Paul McGrath signed merch as well, mate. You were here, your wallet would be out and it'd be open.
Well, I'm having a beer here in sympathy with you guys for the couple of days that you've put down so far. But no, it's absolutely amazing. And every year you guys put on a great show for the North American Lions, and this has been one that's been a long time in the making because of the plague we've had over the last couple of years. Do you guys know where it's going to be next year? It's obviously in Toronto this year.
We don't know yet.
Dublin, probably.
Dublin, yeah. We don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. See who wants to do it because it's a lot of work. So on their end,
and they're gonna have their work cut out trying to better this time as well. But then again, you had 3 years to plan this one.
I know, yeah.
A bit of baby on the way.
I know. I got a 7-week-old baby as well, so that made it interesting to add it in the mix.
I know, and I was just about
a baby
to
on
say
the
that.
way, so we'll be next year in Boston then.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's that's how you pass over the baton. But congratulations to you, Brad, on the arrival of your new child, and Kevin. Hope everything goes great for you guys. Congratulations on the fact that you're soon to be a new daddy as well.
Terrified, but it'll be fine.
Don't worry. I very nearly had to do a podcast with my 7-month-old here beside me, so everything can be done. You can still do everything you want to do. It's all great. Don't worry about it. Don't listen.
Cheers. Thanks for having us, boys.
All right. Enjoy,
absolutely.
Boys.
Get back in and enjoy yourselves. And thanks for all the great work you've done for Acorns.
No worries. Up the villa.
Up the villa.
Best of luck, guys. Up the villa.
Cheers, lad.
That was brilliant. That was the two boys. Oh no, the two boys are gone. Yeah, that was great. We were hoping to have them on at 10 to 3, but obviously we couldn't get the guys online. And then they just happened to come on when the team sheet was announced. But it's all good. It's great to see that there's great work being done for Acorns. It's great to see so many Villa fans in North America that are getting together, that are clamoring together and trying to spread the good news over there, because look, it's a lucrative market, and there's people out there that are they're not bandwagon jumpers as such. Not everyone is, and they want to have a team that they can kind of colloquially kind of grab onto. And I know that firsthand from meeting a lot of Aston Villa fans in Cleveland the last time I was over there, meeting Villa fans in New York, and it's fantastic to see that. So long may they continue to spread the good word.
I've been following what they're doing from afar, obviously, this week, and to look at all those faces from all the Lions clubs all over America that have been there through thick and thin over the last 10 years. They haven't just jumped on now that we've got a bit of money and we're back in the Premier League. they were around back when we went down all through the championship, and it's great to see them out there having fun again after two barren years of us all being locked up. So long may it continue, and I think we'll start saving for next year, Neil.
Absolutely, I think so too. I think I found out how to work something here. Let's see if this works. Oh, look at that. I mean, finally, it only took me 10 Teamsheet Tantrums to be able to get this to work, so you could have it running down the bottom of the screen. But let's actually go back to the team and let's have a quick look at what the substitutes are, because Emmy Martinez isn't even on the substitutes bench. We've got Sinisalo makes his way onto the subs bench. Ashley Young, Ben Christine, Nakamba, Tim Irigbunam, Sanson, Chukwuemeka, Traore, and Ings make up the bench. So it's a really interesting kind of situation. Like it's funny how, I don't know, how different the team looks without Emmy Martinez in goals.
It is. It just gives a whole new complexion to the team sheet and the way you look at it, because he's been a mainstay since he arrived. So it's a little bit worrying, a little bit unnerving when he's not there. But look, we can only do what we can. If he's injured, he's injured. You know, I mentioned Thursday night that I would have preferred for him to be left out Thursday night and this be the focus for his return. But he played Thursday night, obviously aggravated it, and now we're at the stage where we know he was on the pitch in the warm-up, but that was obviously a last-minute fitness test to see how he was. So we're without him today. It's not going to be easy. We've got a lot of combinations and permutations in our hands. So there's going to be a lot of fans looking at this team sheet today and going, where the hell is Emmy Martinez, especially Liverpool fans. And as I found in the last couple of days, a lot of Man United fans suddenly have an interest in this.
Yeah, Man United want both teams to lose. They want the Comet to magically strike Earth or something to stop this from going ahead. Yeah, I can't imagine that they want. And sorry guys, just while you were doing that, I just quit out of the system and went back in. And I can now see the comments again. So I do apologize about all the my issues that I've brought upon us today. Just looking at the Man City team, we've got Ederson in goals, João Cancelo, Emerick Laporte, John Stones, Fernandinho. With his swan song today on his way to Atletico Paranaense. Kevin De Bruyne, Bruno Silva, Rodri, Foden, Mahrez, and Gabriel Jesus. You know, like even looking at what the team that they have when they don't even play Sterling, a man worth 100 million. They don't play Nathan Ake, 50 million. Zinchenko. Like it's mad the amount of players that they have, and then Ilkay Gundogan is on the bench as well, and he looks like he's not going to play for Man City again next season. He's going to leave the club at the end of the season. So it's going to be really, like, their team is just so strong. And when we talk about buying players and bringing players in and having a squad, you know, their bench is the level that we need to emulate within our team, because look at the players that they have within their bench. It's just, some of them are fantastic, and that might sound defeatist, but it's just being real, I suppose, for an awful lot of reasons. Because look, we are in the league where we are because we've had lapses of concentration, we've had individual errors, we've had situations. Did I say Bruno Silva? Bernardo Silva. Yeah, I think I said Bruno Silva, but is Bernardo Silva, obviously. But you know, there's a lot of different combinations that I think will come in the off season. That's why I was bringing that up. And you know, we may see more players come in and go out, and we may have a very, very stacked 25 again, like we did at the start of this season. But I think that's to benefit us as we go through the league season. And with 5 subs next year, it will benefit us an awful lot more. Paddy, obviously, like there's no point. Usually I would go down through the team and I would ask you, who do you think is the danger man in the Man City side? But who do you think is going to be the danger man in the Man City side?
Oh, well, take your pick from De Bruyne, Silva, Rodri, Leicester said Rodri, Foden, Mahrez, and Jesus. Mahrez has had an incredible season for Man City. And for me, he's the biggest danger today. We just, you know, it's going to be a tough job down there for Luca Dean to look after him. Just with regard to their back four, would Laporte play left back? Is that how it works with Stones and Rodri in there? Would that be correct?
Let me bring back up the team.
Fernandinho.
Maybe I think Fernandinho would probably slot in at right back. Maybe I think in that instance,
Cancelo left back,
will go to left back. Maybe I think that's probably the way to do it. Yeah.
Well, that might be a potential weak spot for us to get at if that's the way they're going to be set up. So, like if there is a weak spot with Manchester City, but look, we're they're odds-on favourites with the bookies. The bookies seldom get it wrong, but hopefully today is the day that they get it wrong and we can put it up to them. And if we don't come away with anything, I would just like us to come out with our head held high and to have a right good pop off them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I'd be very disappointed if we didn't have that kind of a kind of reaction as well, because I think everybody knows that the last game didn't go to plan, and the game before didn't go to plan, and we upped our game against Liverpool, and I thought that was going to be the green shoots that would have brought us through the rest of the season, that could have allowed us to kick on, I suppose, into this game, but it didn't really happen. It didn't really happen when we were looking at that, but it's so guys, it's usually around this time of the team sheet tantrum that I ask you guys to pop in your scores. I'll try and go down through as many of them as I possibly can. I'm just delighted I have the comments back, because I didn't think I was going to be able to do that, and I enjoy doing it at the end of the podcast. So if you guys want to pop in what you think the score is going to be, and I suppose normally we would say that everybody is going to think the Villa is going to win this game, but could you please signify what do you think it's going to be, Villa or Man City? I think that's going to be needed today. Exactly. Mark Barron, I like this, Mark Barron. You're dead right. In the week that it is, we weren't fancy to beat Bayern in 82. Strange things happen up the Villa. You're dead right. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So we've got some of these coming in. It's great to see all the heads. All the same heads that have been here all year. But it really is, because last day of the season, and it's last day of the season, and it just kind of goes to show that you guys are have kind of been through it all with us through the whole lot of the season. And I really appreciate that. I really, really do. It means an awful lot to us. And Slancha is in with his mad predictions once more. As always, it's becoming a recurring theme. I love it. I absolutely love it. We've got John Banbury. There's Olivia. Keep them coming in.
What
there,
way
guys.
are you thinking, Neil, with the scoreline? What's your prediction?
I'm going to go with an out of this world 0-0 draw.
Wow, Liverpool will be happy with that. I'm going to go for a plucky 2-1 defeat. I think we'll score early and they'll bombard us for the rest of the game, and they will eventually come out with a win, but we will do ourselves proud today. And yeah, a 2-1 defeat. I think well, not that I'd be happy with it, but just the performance is more important than anything else today, because I just can't see where a result is going to come from.
Spoiler alert, Neil Bates has exactly what I'm thinking as well. So Neil, when we come to yours, I think that I have it. Okay, guys, we're going to give you another minute or so. Just get in your scores there. If anybody hasn't popped their scores into the comments, get them in and we'll run down through them there once more. Yeah, actually, before we do, Si, I agree with you. I agree. Nakamba should have started today. I think today is a perfect day for him. If we're going to be battling down the hatches, we need to start Nakamba. But look, there's obviously a plan in there somewhere, and hopefully it comes to fruition.
And in fairness to Gerard, maybe that plan is that we go at them initially, and then as we start to run out of steam, we bring in Nakamba to shore that up, and that's probably in his thinking. But because Nakamba hasn't been able to see out of 90 minutes as yet, so that's what would stand out to me when he was making that decision.
Yeah, maybe so. I've changed my mind even from 0-0 one moment ago. I'm going to be really honest with you, lads. I don't remember anything of the last 25 minutes because I've been beating buttons, trying to get stuff on, trying to get stuff fixed in the background. I'm a bloody sweaty mess here after trying to get this producer's job is difficult. Producer Adam is the man. He's the unsung hero. He's the man of the match every time. This is tough work. I'm going to be honest with you. But right, okay. If you're in, you're in. If you're not, then I might catch you later on. But here we go. Here goes nothing. So Darren C says 4-3 to Villa. Sky Sports will absolutely love that one if that's the case. Cat Cannon says 3-1 City. Linky says 0-0. Western Ood says 3-2 to City, I reckon. Scotty Little says 3-1 to Man City. Dan Dizabinski says 3-1 City up the Villa. Rob Henry says, hate to say it, 3-0 City. Will W says 4-1 City. Not seeing notes in place, I don't know. Shane Coleman is going for a 0-all. Richie Ryan is going for a 1-all. Jordy Villan goes for a 3-1 City with us to score first. Could you imagine being in a pub? Could you imagine being in Pop World in Liverpool and Villa go 1-0 up against City? That would be that'd be something to behold. AVFC agent Gerard says Man City 2, Aston Villa 1 will take the lead for the majority of the game. I'd hate that. Summitism Karma says 7-2 to Aston Villa. Love of the 40s live says 1-all. Jack the lad says 1-all. Kahua Gaming says 8-24 to 12 points. Sadly, Slancha says 227-0 to Aston Villa. Ed Church says 1-all with an Olsen penalty save. I love the specificity. KK says 7-2, unfortunately, to Man City. Lee Johnson says we'll go 1 up but lose 3-1. Olivia says 2-2, got a 10-fold bet with a 10K return off £1. Okay. Farewell, drinks are on you. John Bambury says 3-1. Standing on the word says City just look awesome. I can't see us getting a point, but maybe nice to sign off with a few goals and not park the bus. So 4-2 to Man City. Mark Holmes says 1-1 Coutinho. It's written in the stars. Aurelio Gomez says 3-1 to Villa. Richard Nose says 1-all. Ryan Faulkner says 1-all somehow. Stephen B 191111978 says 1-0 to Villa. Neil Bates says 1-1 with Grealish on it 70 minutes and misses a sitter. AVFC says 4-0 to them. Standing on the world says 4-2 to City. I'm not that positive today. Lord Woodson Villa says 1-1. Garth Cork says optimistic 1-1. Mark Barron says 1-1. James Saunders says 1-0 Villa. Coutinho. Just Music Junkie says can't say anything but a loss. 3-0 hope I'm wrong up the Villa. Neil Callahan says 1-0 Villa. Thanks for the top quality podcast all season, lads. Thank you so much for the kind words. Indy Panchi, apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly, says 2-1 Man City. If we can get to halftime 0-all, then we've got a chance. The crowd will get nervous. We have actually got a couple of more in here, and I might as well just pop them through if I can find where I left off. There it is. So we have John Steele is in. Sai has changed his mind. So GOB says 2-1 to City. John Steele says 2-1 to Villa. Batty Bliss says 2-1 to Villa. John Bambury says 3-1 to City. Sai has changed his mind from 4-0 and now he's going to 5-all. Dara O'Grady, Liverpool fan, says 3-3. And Lil JP123XD says 1-0. And Mr. Nick Cullen has the last say. And I love it. Shock 2-1 Villa win. How's about that? Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
In the great words of Kevin Keegan, I would love it if we beat them. Love it. If we... But yeah, look, today is kind of all pomp and circumstance, really, if you think about it. The television coverage today is going to be absolutely like I'd love for us to be in it someday when we actually could win the trophy, because I think it's more about the Sky broadcast, about looking at the trophy and the helicopter being ready to bring it from Manchester to Liverpool and all that kind of stuff. You know, there is all pomp and ceremony with regards to this, but realistically, it doesn't matter. We got to go out in the field. Liverpool got to go out in the field. City got to go out in the field. Wolves got to go out in the field, and somebody has to do something today and write their name into the history of the Premier League. And hopefully it can be Aston Villa. Hopefully it can be remembered that Aston Villa put up that rearguard performance, kept a rampant City team, because let's be honest with ourselves, while we're talking about 0-alls, 1-alls, all this kind of stuff, you know, it's a case of it's optimism really more than realism, Paddy, isn't it? Because City are a juggernaut, and there's a reason that they're top of the league in the last day of the season, because they're pretty much unplayable at the moment.
Exactly. And you touched on it there, talking about their bench. I would imagine all but maybe one would walk straight into our team, and only because I didn't know who that one was, because I never heard the name before. So, you know, that it's a meter stick for us to see where we need to be. We're a long way off that. But, you know, the rebuild begins after today. I'd just like us to go out with a high. Winning would be great, drawing would be great, but put the performance in. Hopefully the spirit of 82 will shine through this week. It didn't last week when the players were on the pitch. Hopefully it will this week. They have a chance to shine. People around the world are watching and waking up to Aston Villa, and hopefully we gain hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new fans from what happens today.
Absolutely. I agree with that. So we're at 3:20. As we know, we like to give people ample time to get sorted with their beverages in front of their TVs, or if you're at the game, do enjoy yourself at the game as well and sing loud. And remember, you can sing that one song that Man City can't sing as well. That's always nice to be able to do. Sing it while we can, because I think the walls are closing in on that one. I think it's only a matter of time before they do get their Champions League, you know. So sing that if you are at the stadium. As always, thanks a million to the guys at the Villa View. It's been really, really enjoyable the last 10 or 12 weeks that we've been doing these. And thank you so much to everybody else, the new I suppose watcher base and stuff like that that have been getting eyes on the Teamsheet Tantrum. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope that we have lived up to the great work that Dan Bardell and Chris and Omar and Ty and all those guys do on the Villa View as well. Also, thanks to Boohoo Man, who do sponsor this stream today. 10% off all Boohoo Man menswear with the code Villa View. And I'm just going to leave it today, guys, with the fact that last day of the season, and while we don't have much to play for, I was offered, as I said at the start of the stream, I was offered to have the Beatles museum turned into an Aston Villa museum if we do this for Liverpool. And I suppose with the week that's in it, it's probably best to sign off with those immortal words from the great Ron Saunders. And you know, even though everybody thinks we're going to lose, but do you want to bet against us? And with that, I think all that's left to say is up the Villa.
Up the Villa.